Make the ground shake.
Arthritis stuff and rub it all over my neck, shoulders, arms, everything.
Who's that do?
It's hot. It's.
I put the Tiger on. You don't know.
I use capsaicin from Walmart, but that chemical reaction, your body reacts the same as if you were actually exercising. It opens your capillaries, it increases your circulation and stuff, and it gets some heat into it. And then I start doing reps with those rubber bands. Right, and I start out doing like 20 reps, and as I get closer and closer to a match, I double it, I triple it, and then I start holding it, and I start doing almost a max effort workout.
So it's not overkill, like, you can't do too much as long as
You don't pump up too much or
You don't know.
Pumping up comes from all that long, hard volume or that isometric shit. But I mean, if you grab it and hold 3 or 4 seconds, you know.
Okay.
If you ever seen the world's strongest man, they don't go out and set the world record on their first attempt, right? They take 4 or 5 reps to get to it, you know.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How come you think your body can pull without the risk compared to everybody else?
Because I practiced it.
I've tried.
And I'm not some faggoty ass top roller who thinks hand control is more important than everything else.
I'm just saying, like, I'd say 99% of people's hand I take, I'm able to 10, and like, there's very, very few people where
Because they give up. And
I can't apply any pressure without my hand.
yeah, there are people who swear by hand control. And to the point that there are people that, if we stop right here, if you're top rolling, all right, there are people that if I drag them just like this, and I ain't got shit for my hand, right? They never jump in. So if you started pulling me, what I would do is I would be right here, and you could have my whole hand and give me a little pressure. But too many top rollers, if they lose their hand, you know, and there's a very famous Canadian whose name rhymes with Rat Rask, who's you can drag him all the way down and you can pin him, and he ain't doing shit on his shoulder because he's trying to get that hand back. There's an American or a Brazilian whose name rhymes with Barcio Marmosa, who's the same way, right? If his hand's folded back, you will pin him with just this, because they will fight to get that hand control back more so than not be pinned. All right. This losing your hand. This is where you make a decision, right? Do you give up or do you not lose long enough till something might go your way? Now this is a very painful way of going through a tournament.
Sorry, good.
Now go ahead.
Where does your pressure? I know you said you drive your shoulder behind, but does your pressure transition from, like, say, side to where as your hand goes?
I'm
you
right
feel the
here. So
transition?
give me some pressure. So if you keep really focusing on my okay. So what I'll do here is I'll do just like that, okay? And I'm trying to get to where you are pushing
Down instead of side.
along this arm,
Right.
right? I'm trying to get it to where ideally I would like to be right here, where you're pushing straight back and you just collapsing my forearm into the table. But from right here, you keep going back and back. Now all right? Everything I'm going to talk about, I assume you're striving for excellence more so than victory. If you become excellent, your victories come. If you're just striving for victory, you chase a lot of short-term plans and a lot of short-term gain, and then, you know, you're hit and miss, you're one of those spotty people. But if you actually dedicate yourself to being excellent in it, you'll be around for a very long time, and then I'll be watching your seminars in a few years, okay? So everything that I'm going to cover from now on, I'm assuming that you're going to develop a plan. You got a goal in mind. It might be to win your state championship. It might be to win some big tournament like the Zloty or something. Might be just to be in the WAL. Being in the WAL is kind of a hard goal to achieve because I there's no real defined way of getting into it or progressing in it. It's kind of nebulous at this point. Nobody really knows the workings of it, okay? Everybody can go to Zloty. That WAL is more of an invitational thing. I don't know how to get you in there.
Wait, so you just show up to Zloty and pay and compete?
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty much.
And if you tell them you're coming from America, they probably cut you some slack or something, you know. But yeah, the Zloty is that would be the one tournament I would want to win more than anything. Would be that one. Ideally, you'd win the overall and you'd get that big ass trophy, but I mean, it's good to have goals, but you'd be a bad son of a bitch if you won it. You know, because there are now 400-pound people in that class. All right, so you two come up and arm wrestle for a bit. So I want to see what you can do. Yeah. And I need somebody to be a ref. You be the ref.
I was gonna say not it.
Because you're smart.
Set him up for W. No, Mr. Ref, we're all gonna do WAL stuff because I love the WAL. All right.
Simple.
Yeah.
Close your thumbs.
Close your thumb.
But I want you guys to watch because what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what they should work on and how we would train them, and I'll tell you how I would do it. So we're gonna work through this together. Okay. First, it's left-handed and nobody cares.
Close your thumbs. Close your hands. I will follow you right now.
False start.
Capping.
Well, they both capped like a son of a bitch, and neither one of them was straight.
Close your thumbs. I gotta see your knuckles. Close your hands. I'm gonna straighten you out. Go.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You started curled it, but it's just practice. So we're going with this. All right. So inside puller Paul and the outside puller. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? Tom. All right. So how are we going to train Paul? Well, we need some techniques, and we need to give him some stronger, right? So with a top roller. All right. Let's rotate this thing. What I would tell Paul to do, you come over here. So, go to your top roll slow. All right. First, this is actually, it's unusual to see this style of top roller on this side of the Mississippi. Okay. This is the way no, actually, this is how you guys. Oh, sorry, I was confused. This is the way you people on the West Coast do top roll. All right, and I first learned it from John Verzane. You top roll this way. It's a very hand-controlled, side pressure-oriented top roll versus what everybody Dave Patton trained on the east side, which is one of these types of top rolls. Okay, so with this style of top roll, now if we're trying to train Paul to beat him, what would we tell him?
Use the riser.
You're like what?
You said use the riser.
Yeah.
Stand on a riser?
Cupping.
Oh.
More height.
Height would help, but I mean, he can't control how tall he is.
Cupping, right?
Hey, show me. Slowly. No, just slowly. Now, can Paul do that with his hand size versus this guy's hand size?
I think you need to train your.
Maybe eventually.
Fingers freaking.
Yeah. What I would do in the short term, now we're going to be in there for the long haul, is I would condition. First, I'd put a hooker versus a top roller. I'd always tell the inside puller to get into the straps as soon as he could. Okay. But while this guy's top rolling, I would tell Paul not so much to try to out top roll him, but just get his knuckles out and that hand out. Okay. Just to stop it. Okay. So if he gets. Go ahead and get your. Yeah, we're not going to pull just like that. From here, Paul doesn't have a whole lot of options with his palm up. But from here, even though it's sloppy, even if Paul's hand's completely back like that, He doesn't have the hand pressure. We're not pulling. So I would just condition Paul to roll out and keep his knuckles up. Okay? So, what exercises would he use to strengthen that part of his game? I teach him a lot of reverse wrist curls, right? Because it gives him back pressure and it gives him strength with his wrist backs. When you're doing those reverse wrist curls,
So are you like really like spinning out of it to try to come like this?
I gotta do it right-handed. So, not so much spinning, but you're going back this way. I'm just trying to come
Okay.
back this way. And my,
That's
even,
away from where
yeah. And in the straps, we tie together, you know.